Hello and welcome to Mazama High School as we resume our coverage of Skyline Conference softball with the Vikings hosting the Henley Hornets. Alongside Kevin Petrik, I'm Matt Bowling. We're just a few minutes from first pitch here at Mazama. This will be the first of 4 meetings this season between the Hornets and the Vikings. We'll give you a look at the conference standings as we go through our starting lineups presented by Kyle's Lawn Care. For Henley, junior Gracie White is leading off and pitching. Senior Samantha Moore is batting second and playing second base. Senior Anna Harper is batting third and playing first base. Junior Laylee Segura is batting fourth and is the designated player. Junior Jillian Vickery is batting fifth and playing third. Senior Natalie Hudson is batting sixth and playing shortstop. Junior Hayden Higgins is batting seventh and playing right field. Junior Belle Birch is batting eighth and is catching. Freshman Cosette Venegas is batting ninth and is playing left field. And senior Alana Benson is playing center field. For the Vikings, junior Shea Butcher is leading off and playing shortstop. Senior London O'Brien is batting second and pitching. Senior Maggie Pisano is batting third and playing second base. Junior Armida Kirkpatrick is batting fourth and catching. Freshman Reagan Holbrook is batting fifth and playing center field. Senior Brooklyn Nickerson is batting sixth and playing first base. Sophomore Addie Slazak is batting seventh and playing second base. Senior Layla Miller is the designated player. Junior Bella Pena Miller was batting eighth. Junior Bella Pena is batting ninth and playing left field. Also, junior Michaela Lofton is the flex player. She is playing right field. Those are your starting lineups, again, presented by Kyle's Lawn Care. Henley enters this game 6-2 on a 5-game winning streak after sweeping a neutral site doubleheader with the Dalles Doofer on Saturday. Mazama enters this game 3-2 after an 11-1 win over Klamath Union Cross Point Christian on Friday. Once again, Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrik. And it's going to be Gracie White to lead things off for Henley against London O'Brien in the circle. First pitch from O'Brien is in the dirt for a ball. Second pitch from O'Brien, again low for ball two. Gracie White hitting .318 with 4 RBI on the season, and she swings and misses at that one. Two-one is the count for White. She watches that one go into the dirt.
Recognize a lot of these names, Matt. Henley has an experienced roster, and they can score a lot of runs.
Yeah, Hornets returned 5 all-state players from a team that made the state title game last season. As Gracie White draws a leadoff walk. That'll bring up Samantha Moore, hitting .304 with 5 RBI. No one out and a runner on. Moore squares up a bunt, and that one's going to roll foul.
Moore, one of the seniors on this team. These rosters pretty similar in makeup, Matt. 4 or 5 seniors, 3 or 4 freshmen, some experienced players.
The 0-1 to Moore, swing and a miss. A little bit of a cloud cover here at Mazama as Moore sends that one foul down the third baseline. Almost stayed fair, but the count will remain 0-2. Starting to get to softball and baseball weather, Kevin. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s now instead of the 30s and 40s as they were just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we're starting to see a little better weather. We're kind of used to that here in the Klamath Basin. See some sideways rain and some cold weather, but it's a nice day today. Not much wind.
That one drilled into center field, and that's going to get to the wall. White will be waved around at third, and Henley will take a 1-0 lead. RBI double for Samantha Moore to put Henley up 1-0 here in the top of the first. That'll bring up Anna Harper.
Wind's picked up a little bit. It's going straight out.
Harper squares up a bunt. Moore advances to third. So well played there by the Hornets. Call was a ball.
Anna's got a lot of power. She can hit the ball deep. She can do that here. She can score the run.
Harper had a leadoff home run in Henley's first Skyline Conference game against Klamath Union Cross Point Christian. She watches the 0-2 go low, and Anna Harper's got a 3-0 count. Hitting .321 with 8 RBI. That's second on the team. One of 3 Henley players to hit a home run so far. The 3-0 is a called strike. The 3-1 from London O'Brien is upstairs for ball 4. Second walk of the inning for Henley, and it'll bring up Laylee Segura. Segura, the cleanup hitter, hitting .423 with a team-high 10 RBI and 2 home runs. First pitch swung on and popped into center field. It's misplayed, and a run will score. They get Harper out at second, but Henley takes a 2-0 lead.
Nice heads-up play by the Vikings there, at least getting the out. Did give up a run. Henley with a 2-run lead here in the first.
Brings up Jillian Vickery. She takes the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. Vickery hitting .438 with 7 RBI. The 1-0. Drilled toward the wall and to the wall. They're going to hold Segura at third, but it's a stand-up double for Vickery. So now Natalie Hudson with a chance to really open this one up for the Hornets. 1 out, 2 in scoring position. Hudson takes the first pitch for a called strike. She's hitting .222 with 2 RBI. The 0-1. Fouled behind. Oh-2 the count to Hudson. Delivery from O'Brien is driven foul.
We've seen this Henley team score runs in bunches. And with just one down here in the first, a chance to add to that lead.
Another 0-2 delivery from O'Brien. It's high for a ball. Hudson was second team all-conference as an infielder last season. She watches this pitch go in the dirt. 2-2 the count now to Hudson. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Big strikeout for London O'Brien. 2 outs with 2 in scoring position for Henley as Hayden Higgins comes to the plate. Higgins hitting .421 with 4 RBI. First pitch, strike looking. Higgins was honorable mention all-conference as an infielder. She didn't really crack the lineup until late in the season. But once she got a spot, she proved to be a very dependable hitter.
She did. She just got better and better last season. And she's continuing that this year as well. Good play.
Here's the 0-1. Hit towards second, bobbled, and this will score 2 runs. 4-0 Henley on a play that perhaps should have ended the top of the inning. We'll bring up Belle Birch. Hitting .190 with 7 RBI. But she was the hero in Henley's first game against the Dowls on Saturday. Drove in Michaela Schroeder for a walk-off. Birch takes strike 1. Two out and 1 on for Henley. The 1-1 is caught by O'Brien. And that'll end the inning, but not before Henley puts 4 on the board. Mazama will look to answer when we come back here on mybasin.com.
It starts to warm up outside, it's time to tackle your lawn. And Kyle's Lawn Care is who to contact. Kyle's been doing lawn care in Klamath Falls for over 9 years. He offers a variety of services designed to make your life easier. Kyle's Lawn Care offers weekly mowing jobs, which includes mowing, edging, and blowing off sidewalks, snow removal, big cleanup jobs, dump runs, and more. At Kyle's Lawn Care, they strive to give each job their all and go the extra mile to exceed their customers' expectations. To get an estimate, you can call or text 541-281-3623.
Gracie White getting the start in the circle for Henley. It's her sixth start of the year. She brings a 4-0 record. 1.42 ERA, has walked 8 and struck out 24. She'll face Shea Butcher to lead things off. Butcher, honorable mention all Skyline Conference as a utility player last season. And she gets ready for the first pitch from White. Upstairs, ball one. .1-0 is in the dirt.
Henley outfielders playing pretty much straight away, but they are deep.
Here's the 2-0. Called strike. Two one, fouled down the first base line.
Hey, here you go, you're on it. Through the gap, kid.
White has worked her way back from a 2-0 count. And here's the payoff pitch. That is driven to third, and the play is there at first. So that'll bring up London O'Brien. Umpqua Community College commit. Moved to Klamath Falls this year from Warrenton. Her father, Ian O'Brien, took the athletic director job at Mazama. She fouls off for strike one. O'Brien was a 3-time All-League selection when she was at Warrenton. 3-sport athlete as well, also plays volleyball and basketball. Fouls off another one, 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three.
Well done, nice strikeout from Gracie there. Key is to stay ahead of the hitters. You can put that ball right where you want it. Strikeout for out number 2.
Brings up Maggie Pisano, Oregon Tech signee. Looks at ball one here. Third team All-State as an infielder last season and is currently tied for the program record for career home runs with 13. Takes the 1-0 here and drills that one over the wall and gone. And just like that, Maggie Pisano is the new program record holder. 14 career home runs for the future Oregon Tech Lady Owl.
Well, there was no doubt about that one. Right off the bat, you could tell that was going to make its way out of here. That narrows the gap. 4-1.
Hopefully somebody's able to track down that ball. It looks like they have. Brings up Armida Kirkpatrick. Honorable mention, all-conference catcher for the Vikings. Takes ball one. Kirkpatrick fouls that one behind the bleachers. Here's the 1-1. It's low. That one hit right to White. It bounces off her leg, and the throw to first is not in time. White getting some consolation from Anna Harper. They're going to take a break, make sure she's okay. As you could hear that one just nail her in the leg.
Yeah. It's a good effort. Almost recovered to get the out. Mazama with a base runner. Looking for a 2-out rally here.
Seems like White's okay. Just give her a chance to collect herself. So Reagan Holbrook, a freshman, comes up with 1 on and 2 out. First pitch from White is a called strike. She didn't go all the way around. The 0-1 is in the dirt, and that's going to advance Kirkpatrick to second. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Little off speed right there. It's a nice pitch. Get to strike 2.
The 1-2 to Holbrook, and that's another one in the dirt. Kirkpatrick will hold at second. Two. Strike 3 swinging. A record-setting home run is the only damage from Mazama in the bottom of the first as we head to the second here on mybasin.com.
MyBasin.com, we bring you the power of local radio,
the pace and reach of social media,
the information of 24-hour news,
and the excitement of local sports.
We do this with a team of radio professionals that is second to none.
Klamath Falls is a community that we love and a place that we are proud to call home.
Klamath Falls deserves a media group that is as committed to you as you are to Klamath Falls.
MyBasin.com is your go-to place for news,
sports, events, and everything going on at home in Klamath Falls.
The Pacific Power Foundation donated nearly $70,000 in 2024 to organizations like the Ross Ragland Theater, Klamath Folk Alliance, and the Lost River Bluegrass Festival. That's from the Pacific Power Foundation, one of our new sponsors for this spring season.
Mazama able to threaten that last inning. Couldn't quite push more than that 1 run across, but it's early in the season. But ranking-wise, Henley comes in this week at number 14. I think Mazama's 17. So they're similar. League play just started. Henley's got 1 win. Mazama split a pair.
Cosette Venegas, the 9-hole hitter, to lead things off for Henley. She takes the first pitch in the dirt. This will be the 10th plate appearance of the season for Venegas. She's hitting .500 with 2 RBI. The 1-0. Popped foul over the bleachers.
When you're 9 hitters hitting .500, that's pretty good. That's a good thing to have.
Yeah, 4 for 8 so far this season. Takes the 1-1. Ball 2. Venegas, part of a freshman class that Scott White is very high on. Looks to bunt, but the pitch misses for a ball. Here's the 3-1. Ball 4.
That's just what you want out of your 9-hitter. Get on base. Top of the lineup comes up.
Meanwhile, it's the 3rd walk issued by London O'Brien. And it gets Henley back to the top of the order. Gracie White squares up a bunt, pulls back. Venegas will hold at first. White drew a walk her first time up. She was honorable mention All-State at first base last season. She has a bit of a drag bunt there, but it goes for a strike.
Make a correct angles. Correct angles, infielders.
The 1-1. Strike 2 looking.
Win a pitch. Let's go. Win a pitch. Our pitch.
White drills one to short. It's bobbled, and everybody's safe.
Henley very good at just putting the ball into play and try to advance the runners. They've had good luck with that today so far.
We'll have a courtesy runner for Gracie White at first. Looks like it's going to be Riley Hollingsworth. So 2 on and nobody out for Samantha Moore, who hit an RBI double her first time up. Squares a bunt here, and it's going to stay fair. Throw to first is not in time, and the bases are loaded. So Anna Harper comes to bat with the bases loaded and nobody out. She walked her first time up. First pitch is a ball. You know, Anna Harper is a power hitter. First team All-State selection in the outfield last season. At ball 2. Here's the 2-0. In the dirt.
Go, here we go. All the way back. Blow your neck.
3-0 count to Anna Harper. called strike. The 3-1 to Harper. Fouled behind the bleachers.
Good work from O'Brien to get this count back to full. You want to be very careful when you pitch to Anna in this situation.
Full count, bases full. That one's in the dirt. Make it 5-1 Henley. And it brings up Laylee Segura. She had the go-ahead home run for Henley in the top of the 7th inning in their second game against the Dalles Doofer on Saturday. Hornets swept that doubleheader. It was the first time those programs had met since the 2023 state championship game. Segura drills this one right to O'Brien. She makes the catch, and they get the back pick at third. My goodness.
That was a bullet, and that was a great play at the mound there, O'Brien. It was almost just instinct just to put that glove out there. Then able to make the play at third for 2. Well done.
That was a hard hit ball. I can't believe O'Brien made that catch.
It is such a benefit to have a good fielding pitcher. It's really important to your defense.
So that brings up Vickery, who launches one foul down the third baseline. Vickery doubled her first time up. Looks at a ball, runner to third, and the throw is missed past the third baseman, and that will score more. Harper advances to second. So Henley does add another run despite the incredible play by O'Brien. Count to Vickery is 1-1. That's a ball. So 2 outs and a runner on second for Henley. That one upstairs for ball 3. (3-1). Swung on, hit to second, and that should end the inning. Henley answers the home run with 2 runs of their own. It's 6-1, heading to the bottom of the second. You're on mybasin.com.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
Six, 7, 8 due up for the Vikings here in the bottom of the second.
Henley was able to add a couple of runs there, Matt, but it could have been a lot worse. That was a great play by O'Brien. Really changed the face of that inning. Saved a few runs with that great play, a double play as it turned out to be.
Segura rifled one right to the circle with the bases loaded, nobody out. O'Brien made the catch and then threw to third for a back pick. I think everyone out here thought that one was going into the outfield.
Sure.
So up comes Brooklyn Nickerson, second team all-conference selection last season at first base. First pitch from White is a called strike. The 0-1. Foul ball. Right in front of the plate. And the count goes to 0-2. The 0-2, upstairs for a ball. Here's the 1-2, and that one is also high for a ball. Nickerson working her way back from an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch from White. Another foul. Nickerson stays alive. This will be the sixth pitch of the at-bat. Count remains 2-2. Count goes full. So a chance for Nickerson to get on base. She fouls another one off behind.
It's a good battle here. Mazama's only run is a home run. The Vikings just trying to get some base runners here in the second.
This will be the eighth pitch of the at-bat. Full count. Ball four. Nickerson is aboard. That brings up Addie Slazak. Slazak, the second baseman, looking to get Nickerson at least into scoring position. She looks at strike one. Here's the 0-1 to Slazak. Way upstairs for a ball. Well, we mentioned Mazama 3-2 on the season. Already halfway to matching last season's win total. 1-1 is swung on and missed.
Mazama coach is calling out a few numbers here. We'll see if they're aggressive on the base paths. Down 5.
Here's the 1-2 in the dirt. 2-2 is fouled.
Mazama hitters are making White work this inning. He's had to throw a lot of pitches.
She's up to 31. Gets set to deliver the 2-2. Strike three swinging.
Good placement right over the inside corner of the plate. Good velocity for the strikeout.
Brings up Leela Miller. Designated player making her first plate appearance today. Sees that one up high. Here's the 1-0. That one a called strike. White sending that one to the bottom of the zone to make the count 1-1. Ball two. There's the 2-1. Called strike two.
Mazama hitters are being patient at the plate. We're not seeing many one-pitch hits here. Long at bats.
Vikings hitters have taken 4 strikes looking this inning. That one hit lightly to second. Won't be enough for the double play, but they do get the out at second. Looks like this will bring up Bella Pena, the 9-hole hitter.
Get a replacement runner, it looks like, over there at first.
Can't quite see who that was. I think that might be...
Is that Michaela Lofton over there at first?
It is Michaela Lofton running for Leela Miller. So 1 on and 2 out for the 9-hole hitter Pena. Chance for Gracie White to escape this inning unscathed after giving up a home run in the first. Sends this one into the dirt. Is low. They'll say she went around. Makes it 1-1. Here's the pitch, way high. I have to wonder if the leg might be bothering Gracie White a little bit.
Yeah, she took a shot in the previous inning.
Delivers a 2-1, strike two swinging. Here's the 2-2. Payoff pitch for White. Strike three swinging. 2 strikeout inning for Gracie White. And we head to the third with Henley up 6-1 here on mybasin.com. Six, 7, 8 due up for Henley as we head to the third inning here at Mazama.
Gracie White is making the good pitches when she needs to. Able to strike out, get a couple strikeouts that last inning. Had to battle with some hitters. But able to keep the Vikings from scoring in that inning. And keeping Henley's 5-run lead.
Hornets and Vikings also squaring off on the baseball diamond right now. Over there, they're in the top of the second, and Henley is up 10-1. First pitch is a called strike to Natalie Hudson. Hudson struck out her first time up. She sends this one. And that stayed fair. That's a home run.
That thing just stayed fair.
Leadoff home run for Natalie Hudson to get things started here in the third inning.
That was right down the third base line. Hit hard. I didn't know if it was going to make it over the fence, but it did.
Second home run of the season for Hudson. That moves her into a tie with Segura for the team lead. Bring up Hayden Higgins. Looks at ball one. 1-0 to Higgins is low for ball two. Higgins reached on an error in the first inning. This time she hits it right to O'Brien. They get her out at first.
Another good defensive play from O'Brien. Very good in the circle once that ball's hit. Good defensive player.
Mentioned she's committed to Umpqua Community College. So she'll be continuing her career at the next level. And she delivers strike one to Belle Birch. Birch popped out in her first at bat. Here she sends one to third, and they get her at first.
It's a nice throw, clear across the diamond in time. Mazama showing some nice defense here in the third inning.
Brings up Venegas, who walked her first time up. She drills this one to center field, and that's going to be extra bases. Cosette Venegas with a stand-up double to keep the inning going for Henley. And it gets the Hornets back to the top of the order. Gracie White 0 for 1 with a walk at the plate. First pitch from O'Brien is drilled to right. That one is at the fence. RBI double for White, and it's 8-1 Henley.
This Henley team, so good in the box, and they're just a confident team overall hitting the baseball or the softball. That just comes with experience. They just have a lot of experienced players. When they step in there, they just look like they're ready to hit.
Riley Hollingsworth back in as a courtesy runner. As up comes Samantha Moore. Moore hit a sac bunt her last time up. She drove in a run on a double in the first inning. Takes ball one here. One-0. Up high. Hollingsworth holds at second. 2-0 to Moore. Down the third baseline, foul. Two-one, the count to Moore. Ball three. Here's the 3-1. And that's ball four. So here comes Harper. Has not been credited with an at-bat yet. She's walked both times at the plate, once with the bases loaded. So she has an RBI, despite not having an at-bat. Don't see that too often, Kevin.
No, that's a result of some careful pitching.
Called strike one. O'Brien has now thrown 66 pitches. The 67th is a ball.
That was just outside the zone. It's a good pitch, just a little bit inside.
2-1 is the count to Anna Harper. In the dirt. Bit of a pressure pitch here for London O'Brien. And she will load the bases. Back-to-back walks issued by O'Brien. And Laylee Segura with a chance to get Henley to the run rule margin.
Yeah, Layla's a very good hitter as well.
Fouls this one over her own dugout.
That's what makes this Henley lineup so tough. You get through one power hitter and another one shows up at the plate.
Segura 0 for 2, looks at this one in the dirt. She does have an RBI, though, as she drove in a run on a fielder's choice. The 1-1. Driven to second. They go to first and get the out. Henley leaves them loaded, but they're up 8-1 as we head to the bottom of the third here on mybasin.com.
We drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Klamath Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi. When you come to Klamath Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
Top of the order due up for Mazama here in the bottom of the third. Vikings trying to see if they can chip away at this 8-1 deficit.
Henley able to get 8 runs, but could have been a lot more, Matt. Some good defensive plays by the Vikings. And each of the last 2 innings kind of held them to that 7-run lead. Could have been a lot worse. And as you say, Mazama here try to get some runs of their own here in the third.
Let's go, Bud. Right here, how bad? Let's go through.
So Shea Butcher to lead things off. Grounded out to third, her first time up. Strike one called.
Yeah, let's go.
Driven towards second, and the throw to first is there. Looked like it took Moore just a second to get properly set up, but no bother. London O'Brien struck out her first time up. One of 4 strikeouts that Gracie White has issued so far. First pitch is in the dirt. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. One, ball 2. Two, 1-2. O'Brien is behind Bell Birch. Way upstairs.
Might have slipped a little bit. That'll happen from time to time.
Three, 1. Ball 4. So up comes Maggie Pisano, who broke the Mazama program record with her 14th career home run in the first inning. It's the only run for the Vikings so far. Mentioned she's signed with Oregon Tech. She was offered as a preferred walk-on after attending a skills camp in October. She hadn't even really been on Greg Stewart's radar. As a matter of fact, he thought that he was done recruiting for the class of 2025. But when he saw Pisano at the skills camp, he was impressed enough to extend her a PWO. Pisano takes the 1-0 for a called strike. To top it all off, Pisano said she hadn't even planned to be at that skills camp. But her sister was nervous, so she decided to go out and support her, and said she just wanted to go out and have some fun.
That's a stroke of good luck. Impress the coach.
Certainly is. She'll be the first Mazama player in 10 years to suit up for Oregon Tech. She's got a 1-2 count here. She sends it to second. This could be 2. It's not. Pisano beats out the throw to first.
Those were both close plays. O'Brien with good speed. Just couldn't quite beat the throw to second, but Pisano makes her way to first.
Brings up Armida Kirkpatrick. She got a hit in her first at bat. She sends the first pitch to third, and that will end the inning. Henley's still up 8-1 as we head to the fourth here on mybasin.com.
It starts to warm up outside. It's time to tackle your lawn. And Kyle's Lawn Care is who to contact. Kyle's been doing lawn care in Klamath Falls for over 9 years. He offers a variety of services designed to make your life easier. Kyle's Lawn Care offers weekly mowing jobs, which includes mowing, edging, and blowing off sidewalks, snow removal, big cleanup jobs, dump runs, and more. At Kyle's Lawn Care, they strive to give each job their all and go the extra mile to exceed their customers' expectations. To get an estimate, you can call or text 541-281-3623.
London O'Brien still in the circle for Mazama as we head to the fourth. First 3 innings have been fairly taxing for her. She's thrown 73 pitches, faced 22 batters. Issued 6 walks, struck out 1. Has been saddled with 5 earned runs. 5, 6, 7 due up for Henley, starting with Jillian Vickery. First pitch is a called strike. Vickery 1 for 2 today. Pops one over the Mazama dugout and into the batting cage. So Vickery down 0-2 in the count. Takes the ball outside. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt.
We've seen a lot of patience at the plate today.
Here's the 2-2. That one's in the dirt.
Hitters are not in a hurry, waiting for that right pitch.
Full count to Vickery. Popped up, and that one is going to reach the tennis court. A few confused looks over there. Count remains full. Strike three looking.
Good placement there on a full count. Chest high on the outside corner. Good pitch from O'Brien.
So up comes Natalie Hudson, who homered her last at bat. Struck out in her first. Talk about a 180. Drills this one to center, and Hudson's got her second home run of the day.
And both of her home runs have been just almost line drives, just rockets. First one was in left field right down the third base line. That one pretty much straight away center. And she's having a great day.
Back-to-back bombs for Hudson. And it's 9-1 Henley. That brings up Hayden Higgins, who is 0 for 2 on the day. Takes strike one. That one's in the dirt. Go. 1-1. Sent past second into center field. And Higgins is aboard.
One of the strengths of this Henley team, they just have good hitters, 1 through 9, dangerous hitters. You can get a base hit like that or a home run deep in the lineup. That's how you win a lot of baseball games.
Bell Birch 0 for 2. Sends this one through the gap, and that's going to be a double. So 2 on and 1 out for Henley.
A courtesy runner in there at second.
That's Michaela Schroeder. She scored the game-ending run in Game 1 for Henley against the Dows on Saturday. Cosette Venegas pops one up, and it's caught for the out by London O'Brien. But that gets Henley back to the top of the order. Gracie White, who already has 1 RBI today, can get her team to the run rule margin. First pitch in the dirt. And the runners are going to hold.
Base hit should score 2. Good speed on the bases for the Hornets.
Mike Gerard, the home plate umpire, going to dust it off. Guy Oregon Tech fans should know pretty well. He's key part of the athletic department, has done some broadcasting as well for the Owls. He was actually on the call for their softball games this weekend. 2-0 the count to White. That one's low. The 3-0 to White. Upstairs, ball 4.
It's not the worst time to walk a hitter. That'll give you a force with 2 outs.
Riley Hollingsworth back in as a courtesy runner for White at first. Up comes Samantha Moore. She's hit an RBI double. Has also drawn a walk today. Bases loaded, 2 outs for the second straight inning for Henley. Strike 1 called. Higgins gets back at third. Last inning, Henley loaded the bases with 2 outs, did not score a run. We'll see if they can do it this time. The 0-1. High. Here's the 1-1. Ball 2 looking. Here's the 2-1 to Moore. In the dirt, ball 3. So another high pressure pitch for London O'Brien, who's now up to 93. The 3-1. Ball 4. That's the second run that Mazama has walked in today. Now Anna Harper, who has drawn 3 walks today, will come up. But not before the Vikings have a meeting in the circle.
Henley has a sizable lead, but this is an important hitter because if Henley can earn a 10-point lead, the game would end at the end of this inning. So
at the end of the 5th.
I'm sorry, the 5th, yes.
Yes.
So it does make a little bit of a difference. Even though they still lead by 9, the game would end before it's completed as normal. So they're going to discuss their options here in the circle. And they've kind of been pitching around Anna Harper all day, so we'll see what they decide to do here.
Yeah, Harper drew the walk that resulted in the other bases loaded. Well, Harper drew the other bases loaded walk, is what I'm trying to say. She has 3 walks today. Looks at strike 1. 0-1 to Harper. Strike two looking. They go to third. Throw gets away. But Michaela Schroeder is flat on the ground, not able to get up and run home. She dove back in. Harper down 0-2 in the count now. Potential for O'Brien to get out of another jam. This one's fouled behind the bleachers. The 0-2 for Harper. That one's going to get behind Kirkpatrick, and a run scores. So there is the 10-run margin. One-two the count now to Anna Harper. And another pitch gets behind and scores another run. It's 12-1 Henley now. Back-to-back runs scored on a wild pitch and a passed ball. Harper drills this one, and that ball is way gone. A no-doubter for the senior makes it 14-1 Henley. Anna Harper joining the home run party. Third dinger of the game for the Hornets.
They've been very patient at the plate, waiting for the pitch that they want. And that was right in the zone.
Third for the Hornets, fourth total home run. Brings up Laylee Segura. Takes a pitch in the dirt. Segura 0 for 3 with an RBI. She's now the only Hornet who has not recorded a hit today. She'll look to change that here with a 1-0 count. That one fouled. I should say the only Hornet in the lineup.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with this lineup's ability to hit.
Yeah, 5 Henley players have recorded at least 1 RBI. 3 have at least 2. The 1-1 to Segura is a ball. Segura pops this one into shallow, well, not even shallow center. It's right around second, and it's caught for the third out. But Henley tacks on 6 runs in the top of the fourth. We head to the bottom half. Hornets now up 14-1 here on mybasin.com.
Parent of a high school athlete, I've given up trying to get pictures of my kid playing sports. It's nearly impossible to take pictures and enjoy the game. There is a solution, though. God's Gifts Photography attends high school sporting events in the Basin to take individual and team action photos at a great price. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook to learn more. They'll come and capture your athlete in action, creating those frameable lifelong memories so you can watch and just enjoy the moment. Call 541-281-2206 to get your athlete on their schedule. God's Gifts Photography.
Gracie White back to the circle for Henley here in the bottom of the fourth. She's thrown 55 pitches, faced 13 batters through the first 3 innings. Allowed 2 hits, one of which was a home run. Walked 2 and struck out 4.
And Mazama's had a few base runners, but Henley's been able to make the plays to get out of the inning. Only give up that 1 run. Offensively, Henley with another big inning that last inning. We've seen this team do that. They can score in bunches. They don't get just 1 or 2. They'll put up 5 or 6. Try to get the game out of reach.
Reagan Holbrook will get things started for the Vikings. She struck out her first time up. Fouls the first pitch into the dirt. We'll give you an update on the baseball game. It's now 15-1 Henley in the top of the fourth. Holbrook takes a ball. Here's the 1-1. That's in the dirt. Gracie White like dusting off the ball before delivering the 2-1 high. Three-1. Inside, ball 4. So that brings up Brooklyn Nickerson. She drew a walk her first time up. Looks at strike 1 here. Here's the 0-1. Driven foul.
Haven't seen any runners test the catcher today. Haven't seen any hit and runs. No one trying to steal bases. Just kind of being patient at the plate, waiting for those base hits to move runners.
The 0-2. Upstairs for a ball. The 1-2. Another one high. Two-two, the count to Nickerson. Called strike 3.
Gracie White coming up with another good pitch when she needs it for the strikeout. Well done.
That'll bring up Addie Slazak. She struck out her first time up. She takes a pitch high. (1-0) the count to Slazak. Called strike.
Good placement there, working the inside.
(1-1) the count. Temperature starting to drop a bit here at Mazama as Slazak sends that one foul. Payoff pitch here for Gracie White. That one tipped foul.
Got just enough of that one. Foul ball.
Mentioned White was honorable mention All-State as a first baseman last season. She didn't see a ton of action in the circle. Strike 3 called.
Another good pitch.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Gracie White. I was going to say, Kevin, the reason she didn't see much action in the circle is because Henley had Annie Campos for a pitcher of the year who threw about 80% of the innings for the Hornets.
Right. Yeah, Gracie got a little bit of work last year. That's worked out nicely for her. She's having a good season so far this year.
So Leland Miller is back up. She chops one foul here.
So she moves into the circle, and then Anna Harper played outfield last year. And it's kind of rare you'd move an all-state player from their position, but she's worked out well at first base.
I think it kind of reflects the embarrassment of riches Henley has.
Yes, that's right. They've got good players.
This one fouled nearly into the Hornets' dugout. It hits off the roof as the team collectively ducks.
You got to pay attention over there.
Yeah, got the fence in front of them, but doesn't necessarily mean they're protected. Chance to end the inning here for Gracie White on an 0-2 count. Puts it in the dirt. (1-2) the count to Miller. Called strike 3. So White bounces back from a leadoff walk with 3 strikeouts in a row. And we will head to the 5th inning. Henley up 14-1 here on mybasin.com.
It starts to warm up outside. It's time to tackle your lawn. And Kyle's Lawn Care is who to contact. Kyle's been doing lawn care in Klamath Falls for over 9 years. He offers a variety of services designed to make your life easier. Kyle's Lawn Care offers weekly mowing jobs, which includes mowing, edging, and blowing off sidewalks, snow removal, big cleanup jobs, dump runs, and more. At Kyle's Lawn Care, they strive to give each job their all and go the extra mile to exceed their customers' expectations. To get an estimate, you can call or text 541-281-3623.
The Pacific Power Foundation donated nearly $70,000 in 2024 to organizations like the Sanford Children's Clinic Preventative Food Pantry, the UC Davis Foundation, and Crosspoint Christian School. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrik. 5, 6, and 7 are due up for Henley. Starting with Jillian Vickery. She's 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Drills this one into left field. And she's going to try for second. No, on second thought, she'll go back to first.
This part of the lineup's been great for Henley today. A lot of production.
This will bring up Natalie Hudson. Two for 3 with a pair of home runs.
Yeah, she's had a terrific day at the plate.
Chance to complete the hat trick here. London O'Brien now at 107 pitches. Gives Hudson a 2-0 count. That one in the dirt, and Vickery's going to head to second. "3-0" is the count to Hudson. Called strike. The 3-1. Fouled behind.
Good aggressive swing there.
I think she wants that hat trick.
Yeah.
Count goes full. Called strike 3. I'll bring up Hayden Higgins. 1 for 3 today. Higgins looks at strike 1.
O'Brien finding a little rhythm here. Throwing a lot of strikes.
0-1 in the dirt.
And I jinxed it. It's always the case, isn't it?
I don't think that's our first one of the day. I mean, you could argue I pulled a reverse one earlier on Maggie Pisano.
Right.
Or maybe that was just a good bit of foreshadowing. The 1-1 is called a ball. "2-1. Hit softly to the circle. They will get the out at first. Vickery will advance to third.
Vickery got a good jump from second base there to make it to third. O'Brien looked over there, but couldn't make the throw in time, so took the out at first for the second out.
Michaela Schroeder is going to pinch hit for Belle Birch. It'll be her 5th plate appearance. She's hitting .500. And Schroeder, you know as well as I do, Kevin, a special athlete with a bright future.
Yeah.
First team all-conference in volleyball. First team all-state in basketball. She looks at a ball here.
Just a freshman, one of the freshmen on this club.
She was the first freshman since 2019 to earn first-team all-tournament honors at the basketball state championships. She averaged over 17 points and 13 rebounds over Henley's 3 games. And I point out that you know it as well as I do, Kevin. You're an assistant coach for the Henley girls basketball team.
Yeah,
You've seen what she is capable of on the court.
Yep, I get to see all the basketball action out there, and yeah, she's a very, very good athlete at multiple sports. One of the best athletes in 4A.
And she draws a 4-pitch walk. I should mention, this was the second year in a row that Henley had the top rebounder at the state tournament. Last year was none other than Anna Harper. Something about those basketball and softball superstars at Henley. And that's not even mentioning Annie Campos. Rosette Venegas back up. 1 for 2 with a walk. Has a double on the day. Runners at the corners with 2 out. And Venegas has a 2-0 count. We talked to Scott White before the season started on our radio show, Ballin' in the Basin, and one of the things he said is that we would be impressed with his freshman class. That's certainly been the case so far.
Yeah, I would agree. They got a good freshman group, and they contribute.
Venegas, Schroeder, and Riley Hollingsworth, who we've only seen as a courtesy runner today, but pitched a complete game in Game 2 for Henley in their win, their doubleheader sweep of the Dalles Doofer on Saturday. Certainly don't see freshmen go the distance in the circle very often, let alone get the win.
Right.
Venegas draws a walk, so we are back to Gracie White. She takes strike 1 looking. Has 2 walks and an RBI double today. She's got an 0-1 count. Called strike.
Chance here to get out of the inning.
Oh, 2 upstairs. This would be the second time today Henley has left them loaded. And it looks like Kirkpatrick wants to go.
Yeah, I think.
Have a quick word with O'Brien.
Yeah, I think London may have hurt herself on that last pitch. She might have tweaked her ankle. She kind of stepped away gingerly from the circle there, but she seems to be okay.
She's up to 127 pitches now. Gets set to deliver the 1-2, and that's a pass ball. Runners are going to hold. Scott White perhaps saying no need to pile on here.
The ball didn't make its way to the fence that quickly. It's kind of a slow roller. That might have made her change her mind. Play it safe over there at third.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. O'Brien able to get out of the jam, but Mazama down to their last 3 outs. We head to the bottom of the 5th here on mybasin.com.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. powering your greatness.
Gracie White back to the circle, looking to close this one out. She's walked 3 and struck out 7 so far. Struck out 3 in the 4th inning.
Yeah, I think this Henley team's been looking better as the day has progressed. Doing everything just about right. Good pitching, good hitting. And they've got a big lead to show for it. Teams playing each other 4 times this season, so this is the first meeting.
So it'll be 9-1-2 to try to keep the game going for Mazama. They need 4 runs. And it'll start with Bella Pena. She struck out her first time up. White delivers strike 1. She can get to 10 strikeouts. The 0-1 is high and behind. The 1-1. Chop to the circle, and an easy out at first.
It's a good stop. Had to make a quick play on the ball. We see some good defense from the pitchers today.
Back to the top of the order for the Vikings, it's Shea Butcher. 0 for 2 today. Called strike 1. Oh, 1 fouled off in the dirt. Yo 2. That's a ball. One, 2 is upstairs. Two from White is fouled over the Henley dugout. Comes to rest near one of the football practice sleds. Two the count to Butcher. And she looks at ball 3, a little high.
White's been able to avoid walks most of the time today. She's been able to throw strikes when she needs it. Let's see if she can do it right here.
Full count. And that's a walk.
That was just off the plate.
So it brings up London O'Brien. Has a walk and a strikeout today. One on and one out. Bryan takes ball one. O'Brien sends one to third, past third. And O'Brien has just the third hit of the day for Mazama. Couldn't quite see if that ball was misplayed or if it just managed to get by Vickery.
It was just a hard hit shot right down the line, near the bag. Couldn't quite come up with it.
So 2 on and 1 out for Pisano. Looks at strike one. Can the future Oregon Tech Lady Owl extend this game? Even if she were to homer again, it would still be a 10-run margin. And that one hit her. So now a chance for Mazama to get within the run rule margin. Armida Kirkpatrick, 1 for 2.
That's the first hit batter we've seen today.
And it's going to result in a conversation in the circle. White has thrown 88 pitches. .51 strikes to 37 balls. And it looks like they're going to let her try to close this one out. She did take a shot off her leg early in the game. So bases loaded with 1 out for Kirkpatrick. Sends this one into center field. This will score just 1. As Henley able to get the throw to the plate quickly.
Yeah, that was nicely done to get the ball back in a hurry. Only give up the 1 run. And the bases remain loaded. Just want to play for the out here.
Holbrook has a walk and a strikeout. Bases loaded, 1 out, strike 1 called. Mazama needs 3 runs to extend this game. Here's the 0-1. Chopper to the circle, called foul. 0-2 the count to Holbrook. Holbrook, the sole freshman in the lineup for Mazama today. And she fouls one off. Here's the 0-2. In the dirt. 1-2 the count to Reagan Holbrook. Chopper towards second. Run will score. And they get the out at first.
It's a nice play in this situation. You want to get the out. You still have a couple runs to spare here before you.
Just one. 2 in scoring position with 2 out for Brooklyn Nickerson. She also has a walk and a strikeout. White delivers strike 1. Here's the 0-1. That's low. One the count. That one drilled back towards the wall, and we will play another inning. A 2 RBI single for Brooklyn Nickerson.
Good effort there from the Vikings. They want to keep playing. Big 2-out hit to extend the game.
That'll bring up Slazak. Swing and a miss. Slazak has struck out on both of her previous trips to the plate. Here's the 0-1. That's a ball. Here's the 1-1. Ball 2. Two 2-1. Called strike.
Good spot. Outside corner for strike 2.
2-2 to Slazak. Chance to end the inning. And White does. Draws a swinging strikeout. But we will continue as Mazama puts up 4 runs to avoid the run rule. Top of the 6th inning coming up here on mybasin.com.
Mybasin.com, we bring you the power of local radio,
The pace and reach of social media,
The information of 24-hour news,
and the excitement of local sports.
We do this with a team of radio professionals that is second to none.
Klamath Falls is a community that we love and a place that we are proud to call home.
Klamath Falls deserves a media group that is as committed to you as you are to Klamath Falls.
mybasin.com is your go-to place for news,
Sports, events, and everything going on at home in Klamath Falls.
More Harper Segura due up for Henley here in the top of the 6th.
Mazama with a big getting of their own. And it's easy to kind of go through the motions when you're down 13, but good effort in that last inning for the Vikings.
London O'Brien still in the circle. Kind of wonder how much she has left in her, although she did not allow a run in the top of the 5th inning. Struck out 2, issued 2 walks. She's thrown 130, make it 131 pitches.
Yeah, she's thrown a lot of pitches today. A lot of base runners. But able to get out of the jam a couple times.
Moore pops one.
You all right?
Yeah. I think that one just glanced off the chair.
That was about 6 inches from Matt
just a
there.
little, just had to pull a little lean. That's all. That's all right.
All right. If your broadcast partner had any skills at all, he would have caught that.
2-2 the count. And that one fouled down the third baseline. Moore has a 2 RBI today. And the count to her goes full. She's also walked twice. Now she'll send one to third. Didn't get all of that one. And it's an easy catch for the out by Pisano. First pitch to Anna Harper is in the dirt.
She's also had a very good day at the plate. Drawing a few walks, and I think she has a home run to her credit.
Had a 2-run home run. So 3 RBI for her, as well as 3 walks. Second pitch to her is in the dirt, so the count moves to 2-0. A 3-0 count to Anna Harper. And she takes ball 4. That'll bring up Laylee Segura, who we mentioned earlier is the only Henley starter without a hit today. She would have finished the game that way if Mazama hadn't scored 4 in the bottom of the 5th to extend the game. She chops one to third. They'll go to second, but Harper's safe.
Henley has a lot of speed on this team. Their team speed's very good. And Anna was able to get down the base path in a hurry, beat that throw.
I think they'll credit that as a hit for Segura. As Vickery sends one right between the batting cages and the tennis court. It'll actually be a fielder's choice. So, a bit tough luck for Segura there. She will likely finish this game 0 for 5, but does have an RBI.
That was a well-hit ball.
Jillian Vickery, meanwhile, is 2 for 4. has no RBI. She can pick up at least one here with a well-hit ball. Here's the 2-1. Another one hit. Looks like that one bounced into the batting cage. Count goes to 2-2. Line to third. Pisano gets the out there, and the double play. So Henley unable to get back to the run rule margin. This game will go the distance. Head to the bottom of the 6th here on mybasin.com.
We drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Klamath Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi. When you come to Klamath Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
Gracie White back to the circle for Henley in the bottom of the 6th. We could hear Todd Nickerson, the Vikings head coach, talking to his team in between those innings. And he was talking about, hey, we're going the full 7 here. I think he mentioned last year, both of the games that Mazama actually played against Henley, it was 15-0. 3-inning run rule. The Vikings had to forfeit their last 2 games against Henley last season that were supposed to be here at Mazama because of a lack of available players. We mentioned that Mazama is already halfway to matching last season's win total. They will most likely remain in that position after today, but the improvement from last season is visible.
Oh, yeah, we've seen some good things today. That defensive play that ended the inning was terrific. Pisano at third base made a nice grab.
Called strike to Leela Miller. She's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Called strike 2. Here's the 1-2. Upstairs. Two. Chopper towards short. And Hudson makes the throw for the out. The baseball game has gone final. Henley 18, Mazama 2. 5-inning run rule. Hornets out hit the Vikings 11-2. Both the Henley baseball and softball teams made deep runs in the state tournament last season. Baseball got to the semifinals. Softball got to the championship game for the second year in a row. 2-0 count to Ella Pena. She takes ball 3 inside. Gracie White now up to 111 pitches. Belle Birch is going to come have a chat with her.
You never know who has the advantage, Matt, when you pitch this many pitches. You think the hitters have seen the pitcher, so maybe they do, but also the pitcher knows what the hitters prefer as well. So still kind of a draw even late in the game.
3-0 count to Pena. Upstairs, ball 4. So back to the top of the order. Shea Butcher. 0 for 2 with a walk. And now Scott White is going to bring the infield in for a circle visit. Looks like Gracie White's day is done. And I believe that is the freshman Riley Hollingsworth, who I was talking about earlier, who's going to close this one out for Henley. Take a quick break while she gets warmed up. You're watching Henley Softball here on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Riley Hollingsworth making her 5th appearance of the season. She's started 3 games, has a 1-1 record, 1.84 ERA, has issued 7 walks and 14 strikeouts. I mentioned she went the distance in Henley's 2nd game against the Dalles Doofer on Saturday. That was a 5-4 win for the Hornets against a team that was the number 2 seed in last year's playoffs. In 7 innings of work, she gave up 4 hits, only 2 earned runs, walked 3 and struck out 5. Really impressive stuff for a freshman. Delivers the 0-1 to Butcher, and it's called a ball. The 1-1. Drilled toward the gap and through. First hit of the day for Shea Butcher. And it gives the Vikings 2 on with 1 out. Up comes London O'Brien. 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. First pitch to O'Brien is a called strike. The 0-1. Upstairs for a ball. Here's the 1-1. Another called strike. That one right at the bottom of the zone.
Yeah, that was right there, right at the knees, inside up corner of the plate. Nice pitch.
Hollingsworth getting set to deliver the 1-2. And that one's high.
A little change up there. Missed high.
Here's the 2-2. In the dirt. That one hit the umpire. Looks like he's all right. But the count is now full for London O'Brien. Chance to load the bases or perhaps drive in some more runs. Full count. Hit to shallow center. This will score a run. No, it won't. They will hold Pena at third. I thought for sure she was going to head for home, but plenty of respect by Mazama for the arms on these Henley outfielders.
Yeah, they've been conservative on the bases all day.
Here's going to be a challenge for the freshman Hollingsworth. Pisano back up with Hollingsworth delivers the 1-0 to Pisano. That's called strike. These batteries have about 2 hours of life in them, so when you get past that, as far as the game time goes, it can get a little dicey. Count is 1-2 to Pisano. That one
almost hit her, but I don't think it. Yeah, it did. She was hit earlier in the game by a pitch.
The umpires are going to talk about it.
It was close. She kind of turned her back to the ball. I couldn't tell if it scraped her jersey or not.
They're going to say it did hit her.
And it did.
Let's go, Mita.
So score another run for Mazama with the bases loaded hit by pitch.
She had her hands up. I didn't feel a thing, but you still get first base.
Yep. Armida Kirkpatrick, 2 for 3 with an RBI. Fouled off. That one is on the roof of the bathroom's concession stand. Go 1 to Kirkpatrick. In the dirt.
Bill Birch has done a nice job behind the plate today. Not letting many pitches get past her.
The 1-1. Up high. Here's the 2-1. That one hit well into center, and it's going to drop. Alana Benson lost track of it. And Kirkpatrick drives in another run.
Mazama just steadily cutting into that lead.
So up comes Reagan Holbrook. Called strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Freshman versus freshman here. And right now, Hollingsworth has the edge. 0-2 count. That pitch in the dirt.
Another good stop. If those pitches get by, those are runs. So nice work from the catcher, Birch.
Here's the 1-2. That one is fouled off. I mentioned Birch was, or may have mentioned that Birch was second team All-State at catcher last season. You're certainly seeing why today. One, two, swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Hollingsworth. Out number 2, Brooklyn Nickerson going to try to keep things going.
She had a big at-bat here last time at the plate.
Nickerson fouls this one toward the bleachers and to the left. Oh, 1 the count to Nickerson. Called strike 2. Payoff pitch for Hollingsworth. Chance to get out of the inning. Here's the 0-2. That one gets past Birch. She can't get the throw off in time to home, and a run will score. Count 1 and 2 to Nickerson. And there is strike 3. Mazama continuing to chip away at this deficit. They score 3 in the bottom of the 6th to cut it to 14-8. As we head to the 7th here on mybasin.com.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. powering your greatness.
London O'Brien still in the circle for Mazama. She's thrown 146 pitches.
I think Matt, the score was 14-1 at one point. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so Mazama's 7 unanswered runs. Good effort in the last couple of innings.
It was 14-1 heading to the bottom of the 5th.
Right. So
Henley had the chance to close out a run rule, but they gave up 4 runs in the inning to extend the game, and then Mazama scored 3 more in the bottom of the 6th. Natalie Hudson leading things off here in the top of the 7th, excuse me. I was thinking of 2 because that's how many home runs she has today.
That's right. Big day at the plate.
2 home runs, 2 strikeouts. A bit of a feast or famine outing for her. She looks at ball 2. 2-1, way high. The count to Hudson. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Good pitch, still a lot of velocity.
And there's ball 4. Brings up Hayden Higgins. 1 for 4 today. First pitch to Higgins is a ball.
We're starting to lose the sun just a little bit. Game start at 5 o'clock.
It's now 7:13. Throw back to first, not in time. Here's the 1-1. Foul into the dirt. The 1-2. Way up. 2-2. Hit to short and caught for out number 1. So here's Belle Birch. 1 for 3 today. 1-0 is a called strike.
It's been a while since Henley scored. Regardless of how things turn out, Mazama can be happy with the second half of this game.
Yeah, Henley last scored in the top of the fourth. They've had 2 scoreless innings. As you mentioned, Kevin, it was 14-1 heading into the 5th. 2-1, driven well and to the wall. They'll send the runner around third. And there's an RBI for Bell Birch. RBI double for the junior catcher.
That's what Henley was looking for. And that scoring drought right there.
Fifth Hornet to record a double today is Bell Birch. Here's another one hit well to center, and it's over the glove of Holbrook. Back-to-back RBI doubles for the Hornets. This one coming off the bat of Cosette Venegas. That is her second double of the day and her first RBI. So up comes Hollingsworth for her first at-bat today. Hollingsworth at the plate this season is hitting .500, 5 for 10. She has 4 RBI. She'll get another one here if she's able to drive in Venegas. Hit to the circle and down to first for the out. Venegas advances to third. Samantha Moore 1 for 2 with 2 RBI. Takes strike 1 with 2 out and a runner on third. Oh, 1 popped up. Might be playable, and it is caught by Nickerson to end the inning. Henley tacks on a couple more runs and are 3 outs away from their 30th consecutive Skyline Conference win. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrik. We'll have the bottom of the 7th here for you right after this on mybasin.com.
It starts to warm up outside, it's time to tackle your lawn. And Kyle's Lawn Care is who to contact. Kyle's been doing lawn care in Klamath Falls for over 9 years. He offers a variety of services designed to make your life easier. Kyle's Lawn Care offers weekly mowing jobs, which includes mowing, edging, and blowing off sidewalks, snow removal, big cleanup jobs, dump runs, and more. At Kyle's Lawn Care, they strive to give each job their all and go the extra mile to exceed their customers' expectations. To get an estimate, you can call or text 541-281-3623.
7-8-9 due up for Mazama. Freshman Riley Hollingsworth looking to close things out for the Hornets. This game could have ended after 5 innings. Mazama scored enough runs to avoid the run rule, added 3 more in the 6th. So we end up with a scoreline that looks a lot better than the ones Mazama has recently put up against Henley. First pitch to Slazak is a called strike. struck out in all 3 of her previous at-bats. Swing and a miss, strike 2. The 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3.
Hollingsworth came out of the dugout with authority in this inning. 3 strikes to start the 7th.
Yeah, she probably wasn't expecting to get put in last inning. May have been caught off guard a little bit. Easy for a freshman. Gave up a couple runs, but is dealing here in the 7th.
It's just what you want to see, a young pitcher.
Quick 0-2 count to Leela Miller. That one lofted into shallow center and caught for the out. So Bella Pena trying to keep to extend a game that Mazama has already extended a few times. Inside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Big swing and a miss. Another swing and a miss. Some really good stuff from Hollingsworth this inning. He's clearly gotten settled in and is 1 strike away from ending this game. Fouled over the Henley dugout. Another 1-2. That one is foul. Third straight 1-2 pitch from Riley Hollingsworth. And that swung on and missed. Game over. It was perhaps not what Henley wanted towards the end to have this game extended, miss out on the run rule, but the Hornets come out on top 16-8, and they win their 30th straight Skyline Conference game. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrik. We're going to take a break, round up some final stats. Don't go away just yet. We got a little bit more for you here on mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Henley 16, Mazama 8. Your final here at the home of the Vikings. It was a 14-1 lead for Henley entering the 5th inning, but Mazama able to avoid the run rule. Scored 4 in the bottom of the 5th, 3 in the bottom of the 6th to force this game to go the distance. Henley wins their 30th straight game in Skyline Conference play. They move to 2-0 in the league, 7-2 overall. Mazama drops to 1-2 in league play, 3-3 overall. Stats-wise, Henley had 12 hits and 1 error. Mazama had 7 hits and 4 errors. A few standout performances individually at the plate for Henley. Should mention 7 different Hornets had at least 1 RBI, but, I mean, Natalie Hudson 2 for 4 with a pair of home runs. Ended up with 2 RBI. Anna Harper, 1 for 1, had a home run, drew 4 walks. 3 RBI as one of those walks came with the bases loaded. The home run was a two-run shot. For Mazama, Maggie Pisano had a home run for the Vikings in the bottom of the 1st inning. She ended up 1 for 2 with a pair of RBI. Armida Kirkpatrick, 3 for 4, also with 2 RBI. And just a few of the standout performances there for Mazama, or for both teams at the plate. We also got to give out our Pacific Power play of the game. And I think it has to go to Maggie Pisano hitting that record-breaking home run. Anytime you break a record, I think that deserves some recognition, even though Henley did come out on the losing, or Mazama, did come out on the losing end. 14 career home runs for Maggie Pisano, a new program record for Mazama. Headed to Oregon Tech next year, and I'll tell you, I was talking to Greg Stewart about her at Mazama's signing day event that they held to celebrate her, and one of the things he said is we really got blessed being able to pick up a player of her caliber, a late addition to his recruiting class, but very happy to have her on board.
Yeah, especially when you get a local player. That makes it even doubly special. So good for her. And, yeah, she played a great game. Also good at third base. So good effort.
16-8 win again for Henley. Looking at what's next for both of these teams. Hornets will host Hidden Valley New Hope Christian in another Skyline Conference matchup this Saturday. Friday, excuse me. Keep getting everything mixed up. It's gonna be the home opener for the Hornets. They've been either at neutral sites or on the road for their first 9 games. So chance to play on their home field on Friday. And a pretty big matchup, too, as well, as Hidden Valley New Hope Christian, really the only Skyline Conference team that was able to remotely challenge Henley last season. They seem to have improved a bit. They added a transfer pitcher from Grants Pass, 6A squad. So going to be interesting to see how close that one ends up being. For Mazama, they step out of non-conference of Skyline Conference play. They head to 3A Lakeview tomorrow. That game is going to be a 4 p.m. start. So we will see you on Friday here on mybasin.com as Henley hosts Hidden Valley New Hope Christian. First pitch is set for 5 o'clock. If you want to hear a detailed recap of this game and some of the other games that happened around the basin some of the other games that happened around the basin today, you can tune in to our radio show, Ballin' in the Basin, tomorrow. Myself and Josh Eldridge will be live at Geno's from 6 to 7. But for now, that does it for us here at Mazama. For my partner, Kevin Petrik, I am Matt Bowling saying thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time. You've been watching